Spygate 2, Denver spied on San Francisco. And the funniest part about this is the fact that it's head coach Josh McDaniels who learned under the Patriots head coach Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick was the first coach to get caught doing that. The article I read a few days ago was, according to them and the way they look at things, is you can cheat all you want as long as you don't get caught. That's ridiculous. This is a professional sport. Are you going to have to start suspending coaches? Which I don't know how that works. I know in baseball that sometimes coaches get thrown out of a game, or other way of saying that, managers get thrown out of a game and they might have to sit out the next game and they have someone backup do it, but coaches start getting thrown out of games, that could really mess up the league because of game planning, because game planning is a big thing in the NFL. Josh McDaniels, he's really hasn't done a whole lot in Denver. This very well may have cost him his job. Right now, nothing's happened to him. I don't think they have anywhere to turn if they fire Josh McDaniels.
I don't know if you read the article that they had up on, there's an article I'm reading here out of the Christian Science Monitor, and on the bottom of it back here, it talks about some of the similarities between this incident and the last incident. A guy named, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, but Steve Skarnicka, he's the son of Dante Skarnicka, who's the current offensive line coach of the New England Patriots.
Okay.
He worked with the Patriots video department, and after he left in 2004, he worked for the New York Jets.
You're talking about
incident.
Talking about, I think he was the cameraman or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And then talking about some of the similarities here, it says McDaniels, who worked with the press from 2001 to 2009, hired this guy who apparently, he's the one who shot the tape and turned it over to McDaniels the same day. But he worked with the Pats from 01 to 09. He hired this guy who videotaped everything in Denver shortly after he became the head coach.
I knew about all that. He might have had a big part in it, but still the head coach is the one who let him do it. The head coach, he's the head coach. He's the one who controls everything they do coaching-wise. If you can't control your own team like Wade Phillips couldn't, you're going to get fired. Correct?
True.
Spygate 2, obviously it's a bad thing. I don't really have a whole lot to say on it because it's basically the same thing as when New England did it. Best part is the fact that Denver lost to the Niners that game. That's pretty funny. You cheated and you still lost.
Just kind of goes to show you the cheaters never prosper.
The two big games this week, and I'll start with the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens because that's the Sunday night game. Heated rivalry, has been for years. I love watching this game because it's one of the most physical games you will ever see. It's two powerful defenses. Ray Lewis, hands down, one of the best linebackers in the league. James Ferrier, Lamar Woodley, James Harrison, just beasts of linebackers. Two defensive strong teams going at it. But Pittsburgh's Ben Roethlisberger leads the NFL in fourth quarter passing rating this year. So even if the Ravens go up by, say, 17-0, doesn't mean that the Steelers can't come back. However, the Ravens have won 8 consecutive home games going back to last season. Since Roethlisberger's come into the league, he's only lost to the Ravens twice, and that's in 5 years, 5-6 years. It should be a good game, physical. I think what it will come down to is whose running game has a better game, because Flacco and Roethlisberger, both good quarterbacks. They both make plays, and they definitely can. Defenses, obviously, both are very strong. They both are one of the top 5 in my eyes. It comes down to Ray Rice and Rashid Mendenhall. Whoever has the better game wins that game. The last game of the week, Monday Night Football, the New York Jets at the New England Patriots, and I don't think they could have picked a better game to play on Monday night. Both teams are 9-2. The Jets won the first meeting 28-14. Because of that, the Jets hold the tiebreaker in the AFC race. I think one of these two teams will get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. I hope it's not New England, because obviously I still hate New England, and I'm pretty sure I always will. The New England Patriots coach Bill Belichick said in a conference call Monday that he expects the Jets to have plenty of new wrinkles for the Patriots by game time. And with a coach like Rex Ryan, you better expect something like that, especially when Rex Ryan and Bill Belichick are slowly turning into rivals but friends because they love to compete with each other. Rex Ryan, New York's coach, knows throwing Brady off his game isn't easy, saying the Patriots quarterback has no weaknesses. This year, it seemed that way. It's back to when he had Randy Moss and he broke the touchdown record. He seems that way. But the Jets have done it before, including earlier this season. The key again will be to get the pass rushed. Brady has been protected well, though having been sacked only twice in the last 3 games and 3 times in the last 5. Coach Rex Ryan insists they're still a run-first team. I don't know. This year it seems like the Jets have kind of moved the ball better because of the pass. They have LaDainian Tomlinson at halfback, and he's on his decline. I don't think Tomlinson's completely done, but Mark Sanchez is clearly the leader of this offense now. With that being said, the Jets should have several opportunities to exploit a secondary that ranks last in the league in pass defense. Ryan says Thursday the numbers are a bit misleading because the Patriots are still winning. They have a 9-2 record. Of course it's misleading. In this game, I will take the Patriots to lose to the Jets in overtime, 31-28, and a very good game, both offense and defense having flashes of good. I'll say it comes down to whose defense stands stronger, because both quarterbacks are good. Mark Sanchez is still proving himself. I think he can compete against Tom Brady. Forgot to mention who I predict would win the Sunday night game. I'm going to take Baltimore in that one, 21-17. Anything to add to any of that, Kyle?
No, I put my 2 cents in with your Spygate, and that was pretty much one of the major topics of the week. Other than that, no, I don't think so.
All right. That's our NFL segment for the week. When we come back, we will talk about Kyle and his 2 topics for the WWE and his state of TNA. All that and more when we come back right here on Sports Junkies. And we're back here on Sports Junkies. Kyle's got something to say about the WWE, but...
Josh, have you ever thought a business in entertainment? Because you could do one hell of a Pee Wee Herman.
Is that good?
And with that said, I will officially have nightmares for the rest of my life.
Well,
thank you so very much, my friend.
All right, sounds good. I accomplished my goal for the day.
And I'll cry myself to sleep. Anyhow, 2 years up to WWE and to wrestling. I want to take a look at the King of the Ring tournament 3-hour special from this past Monday night. It was one of the better 3-hour specials that they did all year long. It was centered around the prestigious King of the Ring tournament, which they continued to hit on throughout the night. It started in 1985 and had launched the careers of countless superstars. One of the better highlights was the fact that they had stated that 6 Hall of Famers had went on to win that tournament, one of which being who I consider the greatest professional wrestler ever, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was the tournament that actually launched his career. On Monday night, the final match saw John Morrison face Sheamus in a rematch from Survivor Series. Was one of John Morrison's better matches. I think he actually outdid himself in this match compared to Survivor Series even. Sadly, he came up short, and Sheamus is now the King of the Ring. I think that's going to turn around and lead into a feud with Triple H, the King of the Ring versus the King of Kings. I'm looking forward to that when Triple H finally does return. Another highlight that Monday Night Raw special saw the return of the champ, John Cena. He took out 4 members of Nexus, one in a backstage assault off camera, and 3 other guys out in the parking lot with the help of 8 or 9 WWE guys. He made it clear that he would be coming back to Raw every Monday until he was able to take out every member of Nexus. Personally, I hope that they end this whole line with him and Nexus sooner rather than later, because it's been going on since the beginning of summer, and it's just starting to get a little bit stale. Throw him in a Hell in a Cell match with Wade Barrett, and I'd be happy. A side note to that, actually, a lot of people have been reading places that apparently they're bringing in a character, John Cena. I don't know if you remember, Josh, but when Hulk Hogan wrestled back in 2003, he wrestled as Mr. America under the blue mask.
I do remember that.
I think this is kind of the same concept. I'm not real fond of it. I wasn't fond of it then, and I'm not fond of it now. But if they're able to make it work a little bit better, then that might be a good concept. We'll see how that turns out. But I can consider the ultimate, the entire thing led up in one match, a TLC match, which saw the new champion, The Miz, face off against Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, who got his very first WWE Championship match in over 40 years. This match, I'm not real sure what it was made for, but it was actually, considering Jerry hadn't been in a ring in quite a while, it was a decent match. I mean, from start to finish, there were spots that I can say I genuinely enjoyed throughout the entire thing. The finish saw The Miz co-cock the King in the head with the title belt, which was hanging over the hole of the ladder, while they were fighting on top of the ladder. The King actually would have had that match won 2 or 3 times if it hadn't been for Michael Cole. Yes, probably the worst potential announcer in the history of professional wrestling, or any professional sport, period.
No, you guys don't understand. Kyle hates Michael Cole. Like, if he could light one person on fire and just soak them in gasoline and just watch them light up, it would be Michael Cole.